Tom here from Peep This, and today what I want to talk to you guys about is how to make decisions in music and my little process for making decisions every time and really internalizing the skill of making decisions better each time. Now, I'm outside in front of this big ball thing, and I thought it'd be hilarious to do a VBlog outside of it. So, how do you make decisions in the studio? There are so many decisions you need to make while making a track. You need to pick the right kick drum, you need to pick the right synths, you need to pick the right chain of effects that need to go in on top of your synths or on top of your drums, on top of everything. There's so many decisions to make. What synths to use, like what drums to use, what order does things go in. These are all things that are really confusing, and I remember when I was starting out, I had a hard time and I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. So how did I figure this out, and what's a quick way that I can share some knowledge with you to make you get to where you want to be faster? So what I used to do was trial and error. I would pick the chain of effects, kind of go with it, and it'd be frustrating. I'd be like, oh, I just don't fucking know. I don't fucking know if what is working and what's not working. I just didn't fucking know. So what did I have to do eventually, after years and years of fucking dicking around and fucking not doing this? I started writing things down. I would write down the chain of effects. For example, let's talk about chain of effects. I would write down the chain of effects that would come after a synth. Once I got that, I would go test it out. I would go listen in the club. I would go listen on my headphones. I would go listen in my car. I would go listen on a boombox. And I would write down, I would listen and write down what mistakes I was making or what sounded bad and what I needed to do. Then I would go back to the studio, fiddle around with it, and do that process over and over and over again. This is super important because as you do this, you're internalizing these decision-making muscles, and you're like, hey, this one works for this one works for this. And it really helps to get you to your goal. Now, another big thing I used to have trouble with when I was starting out was finishing a song, and that is making all the decisions. It's pretty much being like in an orchestra, and you have to design everything and place everything and tell everybody what to play. So that's a lot of decisions to make. So to do that, I would just mimic tracks. I would get a reference track. I would figure out where to put all the effects, where to put like kind of the drops and shit like that. And then I would take that track, and then I would go and listen to it in all the different environments, make notes on it, and then make improvements on those notes. Right now, I have a little notebook that I have like all the best compression techniques, all my best EQ techniques, what order of synths go well with the other things. And then once you have that, you're just building this muscle in your head to become a better decision maker, and then you can like fly through making songs. Now it takes me about 3 days to fly through songs, and I fucking know I can do the whole creative part of a song within 3 days, give or take. Sometimes it takes longer, sometimes it takes less, but that's how I learned to do that so quickly. And I want to help you guys finish music fast too, because with the huge growing number of like just amount of shit being pumped out by everybody these days, you have to stay relevant and current, but you also have to have quality of your things, and that's a huge thing that people are lacking. So they'll just make some shit and they'll be like, this is a decision I made, and then go with it. And then it won't be until later, way later, when they're start listening to it at the club, that people will be like, oh, that didn't sound too good, or like, what the fuck was that? So you want to be overall, you want your song overall to be fucking complete and sound fat. I just recently had to do this again because I was trying to figure out how to make a super dirty like sub kick for like a trap song, and I wanted to be able to like really hammer it home and get it to sound really good on computer speakers and in the club, the thickness in the club that hits you right in the body. So I tried this method that I usually do. I made this thing, sounded great in the studio, fucking sounded phenomenal in the studio. I know lots of you guys are gonna have lots of people saying, oh, everything sounds fucking amazing in the studio. Then when you try it out somewhere else, it doesn't sound so good. So I went out, tested it at the club, listened to my headphones, listened to my car, and I made notes. I'm like, hey, it's lacking in these areas. And I found a reference track, and then I tried to compare the two in the studio. So I would advise you guys to try out this technique, and I hope you learned something from this, because this technique has helped me monumentally over the last like couple years. So again, listen to your songs, finish the song, make a decision on whatever the fucking things you want to do, whatever effects or whatever, just make sure you finish the whole song. Then go out and test it, write down your mistakes, write down where it could be better, and then on the next song, fucking try to get it better. All right, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you got something from this video. If you have any comments, please leave them in the section below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to think about this. And if you like this video, hit the like button. And if you like all these videos that I'm throwing out at you, hit the subscribe to my channel, because there'll be a new one every week. All right, peace.